Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Moo Legend Time to Shine Radio here with a special edition with our new guest, Miss Sarah, Princess Sarah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hey everybody, I'm Princess Sarah Culberson. I'm so excited to be with all of you. I cannot wait to connect with all of you at the end of all this. But yeah, I'm really excited to be with everybody, and thank you for having me.
No doubt. Thank you so much. Allowing me to have give you your time to shine.
Thank you.
So we like to always get started, Princess Sarah, with a background story. You have an amazing story.
Thank you.
And it was kind of touching, to be honest, to watch the video and things like that, or how you found your parents and things like that. So just give us your background story.
Okay. So I was adopted, grew up in this loving all-white family in Morgantown, West Virginia.
Wow.
And then years later, I traveled to West Africa to meet my birth family and the entire tribe to find out that I'm a princess in Sierra Leone. But it didn't all happen just like boom.
Right. You made it sound so quick, like boom.
I had to go through a journey, a
Okay.
bit of a journey.
Yes.
And I had to kind of deal with myself and my stuff.
Okay.
And I did this amazing program called Landmark Worldwide.
Wow.
And I did this program to have a breakthrough in my acting career because I was doing TV and film at the time.
Okay.
And when I went to do the class, it wasn't even really about acting. It was about getting things complete for myself that was incomplete.
Interesting.
And it's about blind spots that we all have that we're
Yeah.
carrying with us, but we don't know we have. And all of a sudden, what came up is like, you're angry at your birth father. And I didn't know that. I was like, okay. I had to kind of be with myself. And then I thought, well, an African man with a white woman in the 70s going into the 80s having a child, where were you?
Wow.
And I knew that my birth mother had passed away of cancer.
Okay.
And I got to meet some of her family, and I never got to meet her, but I got to hear stories about her, and she loved to sing and dance and act, just like me, which was really
That's probably
special.
where you got it from.
Yes.
Yes, it's in the genes.
Yes,
Okay.
and her personality, it sounds like she was real. They said no one was ever a stranger.
Wow.
And I love meeting new people.
Okay.
And but my birth father, I didn't know much about. And in this course, I realized I was angry. And then once I thought, well, what was it like for an African man in the 70s and 80s in West Virginia, meeting a white woman, having a child? Maybe I should give this guy a break.
Right. Okay.
Right? And the moment I let go of that anger, what was really there was fear. It's easier to be angry than to actually deal with the fear.
Correct.
So I let go of the anger, then dealt with my fear, and I said, okay, I'm going to step into being open, loving, and courageous. My friend, who I befriended in the class, said, listen, I know a private investigator who won't charge you more than $100. Your birth father's going to love you.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
I called the private investigator. 3 hours later, I got all the information I needed for $25.
What?
I know, right?
That's insane.
I mean, normally private investigators are thousands.
Right.
And it was just like, hey, listen, I want to, such a blessing.
Wow.
And then the private investigator said, don't call, because sometimes birth families or parents freak out and they hang up because they're in shock.
Yeah.
Said, write a letter. So this is 2003 when we used to write letters.
Okay, right.
Right? Like, write a letter. I wrote a letter, mailed it off, and 4 days later I got a phone call.
Wow.
And it was so special. There was this woman on the other line. I picked up the phone. She said, hello, Sarah. This is Evelyn. How are you? And I thought, is this that Jamaican woman I met the other day? She said, because I couldn't get the dialect and I wasn't expecting to hear from anyone so soon. She said, I'm your auntie.
Wow.
We received your letter. And I started to cry.
Immediately.
It said,
wow.
So good to hear from you. I didn't know if I would ever see you. I didn't know if I would ever hear from you. And she said, Sarah, I was there when you were born.
What?
I used to take care of you when your birth mother would go to the grocery store. I said, hold on, let me get your uncle on the phone. Then my uncle gets on the phone, and he is so funny. He goes, oh, Sarah, we are so happy you've been found. Do you know who you are? And I said,
what?
I'm Sarah.
Right.
He says, you are part of a royal family. Your great-grandfather was part of a paramount chief. Your grandfather was a paramount chief. Your grandfather was Knighted Justice of the Peace by the Queen of England. You can be chief someday. You're a princess. In this country, I'm
did
like,
you
wait
just
a
fall
second.
to the floor, or like how did it?
I was like, okay, do I have to be perfect now? I can never say a bad word, and now I have to wear dresses. I mean, is that what this is about? I was like, what is happening?
Right.
So I didn't know what this was gonna look like, and they said we're gonna contact your birth father in Sierra Leone. He's gonna be so happy to meet you.
Wow.
Well, in 2003, it was actually a privilege to have a cell phone in Sierra Leone.
Okay.
So they had to get a message from village to village to village. And during those 2 weeks, I started getting phone calls from all these different African family members who live here in Maryland.
Wow.
So all these African family members are calling, hello, Sarah, I'm your Uncle Ali, your father's favorite uncle. Hello, Sarah, I'm your Auntie Jenny. They used to call your father and me twins when they were little. Hello, Sarah, hello, Sarah, hello, Sarah, hello, Sarah. It was just this beautiful, welcoming and overwhelming, and that I thought my assumptions were they're not going to want to meet me, they're not going to want to talk to me,
right? But
it was the complete opposite of what I had assumed, and it was just this welcome.
They probably was looking for you, you know, because they knew who you were.
Yeah, they did know a little bit, but I was the one who had to get out of my own way.
Okay, right.
To like be available for somebody to find me, because we didn't even have information about each other, so we were able to kind of connect through information that I found out.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I was a complete surprise in that scenario. Okay. And so we planned a trip. I went and met all those African family members.
Oh, they called you?
That called me. And we planned a trip for 6 months later.
Okay.
And he invited us to come to Sierra Leone, and I got to go there and get off the airplane and step into the humidity of West Africa that made my hair like, wow. It was like the humidity was like a whole nother ball game. And I walked off the airplane and I got to see his face, and it was as if his eyes were saying, please like me, please accept me.
Right. He probably didn't know what to say.
Right. He was so nervous. I was so nervous, but when I saw his face, I was just like, oh, let me make sure you're okay.
Right.
So I gave him a hug, and my Aunt Amy was standing out there, the chief's wife. She says, turn around, girl. Let me look at you. Let me look at you. So I turned around, and she gave me a big hug.
Wow.
But when we arrived,
it was beautiful.
There were hundreds of people to welcome me.
Really?
Hundreds and hundreds, and all the women of the village came forward wearing the same green dress that I had been given that morning.
Oh, he knew that.
Uh-huh.
You didn't know.
I didn't know it. It was so beautiful, and they were singing "Put-a-tang, tang, tang, put-a-tang, tang, tang, da-da-do-a-do, wait, Puda Sarah go to." They're singing, we're preparing for Sarah.
Wow.
In Mende, my family's language. I'd never met anyone there before. I was literally pinching myself. I was like, is this real? Is this really happening? Wow. And I got to meet my brother Hindobe, my sister Jenaba, my other sister Abby, my father Joseph, his wife Mary. Interesting biblical things going on there. Okay. I just got to meet everybody.
Okay.
And it was so beautiful. Celebrations, beauty, love, family, community. And then I actually got to see what happened after an 11-year civil war in the country.
Wow.
The excitement started to die down, and I saw people with missing arms, missing legs. Oh. The school that many folks had come together, including my grandfather, to build had been set on fire by the rebels during this war. So I said, I can't go back to the United States and act as if I didn't see this. This is my family.
Right.
What the war they went through is based on the movie is based on the war of Blood Diamonds.
Oh yes.
Yes, with Leonardo DiCaprio and Jimon Hansu. Yes. Right. So that's the war that they went through. Wow. Which was really, really a
something.
Yes.
If you saw that movie, you know what we talking about.
And they didn't even show half the things that went on because people couldn't handle it.
Yeah. Okay.
So when I got there and saw all of that, and I saw the remnants of that war, I said, I can't go back to the United States and act like I didn't see this. I can't press pause like I could on the Blood Diamonds
movie. Unsee it.
No.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. That's one of the things that doesn't always happen sometimes. Adopted parents sometimes feel like, do you think I'm not important, like good enough? Or, their human stuff comes up. But I told my parents, no one will ever replace you. You are my heart.
Right.
But I just want to know more. And they just...
Did they have problems with it?
No, they jumped on board. They came over to Sierra Leone, met my birth family, and we all started working together.
Wow, immediately.
So
that's dope.
Yeah, digging wells, sanitary pads for girls so they don't drop out of school, because a lot of girls drop out of school due to their menstrual cycle because they don't have access.
Oh, wow.
So we started working with Days for Girls and the Pad Project, so the girls are making their own washable and reusable pads.
Okay.
Which is so exciting, and it's creating they're able to sell them and create a microeconomy.
Okay.
Which is really great.
Give them something to do and sell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've gotten solar lanterns so kids have light in their homes at night because there's a lot of places that don't have electricity.
Wow.
And then we're also working on technology and having kids learn how to code.
Wow.
So we just got computers donated for some kids who teach the homeless in Los Angeles, who are also going to be working with kids in Sierra Leone to learn how to code. So everyone's going to be connected.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
From LA to Africa.
It's from LA to Africa.
That is so amazing.
Yeah.
So when you got there and saw all of these people, like, what were you feeling?
Overwhelmed.
Okay.
And I was kind of in shock. Like, I was kind of checking out.
Yeah.
When I said I was literally pinching myself, I was like, come back. Because I just
couldn't believe it.
No.
Right.
And I was, growing up, I had all this love and support. But in my mind, I thought I got to do something really great so everyone will like me and no one will leave me.
Ah, okay.
So I was like the overachiever kid.
Okay.
So varsity basketball player, state track meet, student body president, class president, homecoming queen, full scholarship to college. Like, name it, I did it.
Okay.
And I show up to Sierra Leone. I didn't win the basketball game. I wasn't the homecoming queen. I just showed up, and that was enough.
Yeah.
And it always had been, but in my mind, I thought I needed to do something really great because I didn't look like everyone around me.
Okay, right.
So here I was, and I just was like, and I didn't know how to be with all that attention.
Right.
I mean, you would think like being an athlete or being an actress, being in front of people, but I was overwhelmed. I did not know how to be with that.
Oh, man.
And I started to learn that being a princess is not about all the diamonds and pearls. Being a princess is about responsibility.
Okay.
Especially in a country that's gone through what we've gone through. My family runs a chiefdom of 70,000. My uncle's a president in the country. And there's a lot of work that we do to really help support the country to move forward. And for the longest time, I didn't want to share that I was a princess because I thought people were going to think, oh, you're a princess.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
How was life after?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I kind of shut that part down and wouldn't tell people.
Okay.
Because of my assumptions that others would make.
Think you bougie.
Yes, exactly. She thinks she's all that.
She thinks she's all that. Like.
But then I started to sit down and learn about the history, and they only wanted to have one Queen of England and taking away a lot of rights of Africans all over the continent. And owning Princess was also taking back ownership of my family's history.
Oh, wow.
And number two, the other reason I finally started to claim it is my friend shared with me, Black and brown girls need to know that we are descendants from kings and queens and princesses.
Period.
Yes, and know our history, right? And not just the history that's told to us about slavery which is part of our history, but not all of it. Like, the history starts in Africa, but we don't have that history always. So that's something why I started to embrace the title princess, to bring back that cultural history and representation inside of the family and community, and also for kids to know this is who we are, and women, and we're all queens. Yeah. This is where we descend from.
For sure.
And everything else came later, and it's not who we are.
Okay. Yeah. So when you grasped that title, was it like life changing for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It actually had me step into something and someone in ways of being that I didn't know that I could do. Okay. Like, sometimes it's easier to hide out sometimes, and I can be shy, believe it or not.
True.
And I had to step into, something bigger than myself, a purpose bigger than myself. If I'm having a bad day, we're still working on getting clean drinking water. Girls saying it's like, not that I'm not allowed to have a bad day, but I need to get over it and keep moving. And that's actually, this whole journey has given me my purpose. And we co-wrote a book about all this. Okay. Called it Princess Found.
Princess Found. I love that. I love that. So you live in LA?
Yes.
Okay. How is it out there?
You know what? First of all, I love the weather in LA.
Okay, yes.
I do
love get seasons, right?
I know. Except this time of year, this is when I miss the fall, like the trees and everything behind us. I was like, can we film this outside because it's so pretty?
Yes, this was her request, and it was a good one.
That's so fun. I do like living in LA, but I also have to say being in Atlanta has really filled my soul because the sense of community and family, and everyone just talks to each other
They
like,
do.
"Hey, how are you?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, in LA, people would be like, "What do you want?" You know, it's not
Right.
even like that here. People just, I just feel the sense of community, and I love that.
You love that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your weekend and why you're in Atlanta.
Okay.
So what happened this weekend?
What happened? So I came out for the Peachtree Village International Film Festival. I got to,
Amazing.
so great. I got to deliver an award. There were amazing people there. One of whom was Jasmine Guy from A Different World, who got an Icon Award. I think it was the Icon. She got one of the amazing awards.
Okay.
And then the gentleman, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting his name, from Get Out.
The writer, the creator?
Not the creator, but the guy who actually said Get Out.
Oh, him.
Oh my gosh, and he's
I
in
know
every
you're talking
movie.
about. Right.
So talented.
Okay, yeah.
He received the Icon Award. It was just
Wow.
wonderful to see
Okay.
all these different folks.
Wow.
And it's pretty special, very special weekend. And then I went to an amazing fashion show that was raising money for girls.
Amazing.
This amazing woman named Princess actually has her own foundation. This was her first event with Dillard's.
Wow.
And they had a fashion show, and we all got to wear clothes from
Okay,
Dillard's and
that's awesome.
walk and have fun. And she does financial literacy for girls and all kinds of different programs, and funding from that went to support that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
you
this
did some networking.
I did some networking
Okay.
and being part of wonderful groups of people who are doing important stuff.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I've been
That's-
grateful.
That's
And
cool.
getting to meet you.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
That's what's up. Hey, turn up. So you're here. How long are you here for?
I am here until tomorrow, till
Okay.
Tuesday.
Okay, so we came right on time.
Right on time.
He had a good time.
Oh my gosh.
Good food?
Good food, good time, good people.
Good networking.
All of the above. Good networking. Good connections.
So
Yes.
what's coming up for the Princess 2023?
So we are working on a couple things. The Disney movie that we're working on, that'll take a few years to get complete, but that's live action with real people, which is
Right.
really cool.
That is so dope.
Yes, and
Oh, that's
additionally, we're working on an animation with Randy Jackson to
What?
have kids learn about cultures around the world.
That's so dope.
And last but not least, we're working on a Roblox game, so kids who love gaming
Okay.
can
That's a
actually
lot.
have education and representation inside of this game and have so much fun with it. So we're planning on having that come out in the first quarter of next year.
Wow. You gonna be busy.
Yes.
Yeah, but busy is a blessing, right?
Busy as a, I love that. Busy is a blessing. BB.
BB.
Busy is a blessing.
That is. So
Yes.
what advice would you give to, maybe say, like a young entrepreneur trying to follow her dreams? Like, what could you say to them?
Number one, you don't have to figure it out on your own. You are not alone. And write it down what you want and share it with those people who believe in you and will fill your tank and help you. And if you don't know who those people are, start sharing it and find groups online that are entrepreneurs and working together, because we can't do any of this on our own. We're powerful,
Right.
but we need support.
Yeah.
And I thought, I can't run a nonprofit. I don't know how to do it.
Right.
I can't be a businesswoman or do an animation. I don't know how to do it.
Right.
Well, you don't have to know how to
Right.
do it. You just have to know you want to do it and find
Right.
people who do know how to do it
Period.
and bring your skills and talents together
Right.
and create it.
And create it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's what I want to
She
say.
just told y'all the whole game plan
Yes.
right there. Stay in your lane and find people to do what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let them bring their own skills and talents and
Right.
shine with what they're good at.
Yes.
And you get to bring what you do well to the
Okay.
table.
Exactly. I love that.
Yeah.
Y'all better take heed to this now. That is so amazing. Thank you, Princess Sarah,
Thank
for
you.
coming through and sharing your story with us. You know, it's always time to shine over here, and coming to Atlanta to visit us. So, any last shout outs you want to give?
I just want to say, go after whatever you want. Go
Okay.
after those dreams.
Yes.
Yes. That's all I want to say.
That's all you want to say?
That's all I wanna
Okay,
say.
that's it. Because she definitely went after hers. You know what I mean? And you have to do it because entrepreneurs rule the world, right?
Yes.
Period.
Yes. Yes.
Well, thank y'all so much. Give me your social media, how everybody can stay in contact with you.
All my social media platforms are IAM, so I am Princess SC for Sarah Culberson. I am Princess SC. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anybody that's interested, or just follow to say, hey, you know, you necessarily got to be, Just say hey, right, Princess?
Yes,
That's
just
right.
say hey. If you want to talk about something, reach out on Instagram, Twitter, whatever, everything.
You're everywhere, right?
I'm everywhere.
Yes, everywhere. Easily
We're
accessible.
everywhere.
That's right, Princess. Was from Bombay, right?
Yes.
Yes.
This is so
Said
fun.
it right.
Thank you.
No
You're
doubt.
amazing.
Thank you. I
Yes.
try my best, y'all. So thank y'all so much. This Girl Move Legend, Time to Shine Radio. Me and Princess, we out.